My name's Ben Morrow, currently 34, and I spent 4 years in Tasmania, and I essentially got off a plane on the 15th of December 2003 and got in the car and drove to the Styx Valley, to the Global Rescue Station, which had been up for about a month prior to me arriving, and I was in the Styx until July the next year. So I had 5 months as part of the Greenpeace Wilderness Society world's tallest tree sit, and maybe coincidentally I left when it got cold in July 2004, but then came to Melbourne and worked on the election campaign until September of that year, kind of working with the Wilderness Society and Melbourne Dark Iron Action Group. And then I went back to Tassie for a month after that, which I spent in the Styx as well too, and that was my time in Tasmania and my input prior to the Guns 20 case. After that month in the Styx, I moved back to Newcastle. The election was over. I kind of thought the time frame for achieving any sort of outcome had kind of passed, even though it had been a good result to some extent with John Howard's protecting some forests. And yeah, I went back to Newcastle. 2 months later, I guess in December, I was riding my bike to the beach, I think, and got a call from Jeff Law saying that I was being sued. And that's now 4 years ago, and the case is still going. So essentially, yeah, that my input into the Tasmanian campaign, forest campaign, was 12 months, less than 12 months. Most of that time living in the forest, all that time living in the forest, and an election campaign in Melbourne. So it was actually quite surprising, or quite surprising for me to go to the first Guns 20 defendant meeting and be in the room with all these people who had done so much for the campaign, and including Bob Brown and Peg Putt, who'd been doing it for 30 years, and here I was with only 12 months participation, and I have to say I felt a bit out of place.